Hey guys, and welcome back to Leo Gaming. Today I'm going to do a small tutorial on engine startup and taxiing to the runway. I will be using the checklist so you can have a look yourself and see what you can do, because I use the evaluation checklist. It's basically where the computer AI will tell you where each switch is. But I'm going to run through that with you and how to manually talk to the tower to taxi to your runway. Now I will be using taxiing guides just because I haven't quite completely sussed the layout of every airport, so I don't know. So the taxi guides will be in. I will be flying the Airbus A320NEO, which is the fly-by-the-wire plane that you get with the base game. This is on the Xbox Series X, so what I do is I use a mouse to do menu control, talking to the tower and pressing the various buttons and switches within the cockpit, and I will be using the Xbox controller to fly the plane and use the rudder itself. So let's get straight into it, guys. So we're going to go into world map. So we're not going to go anywhere. Well, actually no, we will, because I need to do that. So we're going to start off with my local area, and that is indeed Gatwick. Now what you want to make sure is when you select your airport, you want to select, obviously you want to scroll in rather than selecting departure straight away, because that'll plonk you straight onto the runway. You want to select a gate, not a ramp, because sometimes the ramps there's no manoeuvrability to actually be pushed back or get out. So you want to select a gate. So we want to select a gate fairly close to the runway. So we'll select here, departure. There we go. Now we've got the Airbus A320NEO already selected, so we're at gate 124. Flight conditions are on live, and so is air traffic. So let's get straight in and fly. So here we are, guys. It is a bit cloudy in Gatwick at the moment, but I have got the airport enhancements, so the taxiways and the runways look more realistic. And I've also got the the airport services where you get the logos and stuff like that. So we are ready to fly. Right, so first I'd like to just have a little butch around, have a look in my environment, see where we are, see what we're at. So we've got Southwood and Sidlow. So yeah, it's looking good, bit cloudy, Lord, aircraft coming in. Right, anyway guys, so we'll get straight on. So, I'm going to turn objectives off. Let's first of all turn off the AI assistance on radio communications. We want to turn that off. So we'll come out there. Right, so first of all, we want to head up to here. We want to use the tick, which is the checklist. And then we want to click on before starting engine. Now, to get the the assisted checklist, you want to go onto your main options. It will be in there somewhere. I can't remember exactly where I found it, but it is in there. So you want to click evaluation, and this will take you through assisted startup. So engine, before we start the engine,
battery switches.
We first of all need to hit the battery switches, which, you know, do what batteries do, get power to everything.
On. External power.
Now we want external power. That will currently say avail. You want to switch that to on.
On if available. Engine generators. On/fault displayed. Engine bleed air switches. On. Apu Master Switch.
See, those previous two, for some reason they're already done. I'm not sure why, whether that's meant to be like that or not, but engine generators fault displayed is already done, and engine bleed air is always already on every single time I've started it. So anyway, next is the Apu Master Switch.
On. Apu start.
See, Apu start. So when we hit this, we then have to wait for it to say avail, and there will be a percentage timer that you see on the checklist that will sort of show you how far you've got.
On. Apu start.
So if you have a look down the bottom left of the checklist, you'll see Apu starting, please wait. Obviously when that hits 100%, that's then. What you've got to remember is I don't 100% know what these buttons, every single button does. You kind of will have to read up on that yourself, which I haven't done yet, but I know the order. You know, this checklist is really useful. It helps a lot. So if you're starting out, use this checklist to drum in the order in which you have to do things.
Wait for avail lit. APU
So
bleed.
that's now done. So now we need to hit on APU bleed, turn that on.
On. External power.
So we've had the external power, but now we've got the APU on, and we can now turn the external power off. So it comes up.
Off. Fuel
Let's get the
pumps.
fuel pumps. See, this is so much easier with the mouse, by the way.
Beacon.
The beacon on. So now we've started the engine, we've got the sort of plane up and running, so now people can come on. I'm not going to go through, oh, there's a little glitch there. I'm not going to go through the sort of the jetway, the baggage and stuff like that. That's like little extras if you want to do that. So now we've done that. Now we want to get to starting the engine. So we click evaluation.
Thrust levers.
They're already idle.
Idle.
They always are.
Engine mode
So
selector.
you want to select engine mode selector and you want to go to start because we're starting the aircraft
IGN/start.
engines.
Engine master 2.
Obviously this is just literally switching the engines on.
Engine master 1. On. Engines.
Then we have to wait. So basically there is a certain specific number you have to wait for, but how I know is basically when all those numbers stop, that's when I stop moving, that's when I know that the engine is stabilised. Basically it's powered itself up to full, to idle capacity, I think. So guys, don't expect sort of me to know all the technical stuff about this. This is literally just a video to run through and show you how to get the engine started the easiest possible way on Microsoft Flight Simulator and to taxi manually without using the AI assist. So we let the engine stabilise. So when all the figures are the same either side, and that's when I know it's stabilised. But when you've got the automatic checklist, it will do it itself. It will automatically tick it off as done. So here we are. So we'll just have a little butch outside. Still a bit cloudy. Nice little gap up there.
Confirm stabilized.
Right. So that is done. So now, after we've started the engine, we want to go through we want to turn the APU off now.
APU bleed. Off. APU
Turn
master
off the
switch.
Apu Master Switch.
Off. Engine mode
And
selector.
because the engine's now started, we can now switch that.
Normal.
What are we doing? We can now switch that to normal. bit sensitive there, but there we go. So I can turn the checklist off now because we are done. Now, what I want to do is I want to request, basically I want to depart straight out. Request taxi, depart straight out.
Gatwick Ground Maverick 112 with Golf request taxi for takeoff departing straight out. Maverick 112 taxi to and hold short of runway 26 left using taxiway Kilo Lima November Kilo Papa November Alpha November Zulu Alpha Alpha November Mike. Contact tower on 124.23 when ready.
See, now I've done that, so I need to acknowledge that.
Taxi to and hold short runway 26 left using taxiway Kilo Lima November Kilo Papa November Alpha November Zulu Alpha Alpha November Mike Maverick 112.
Right, so now I've done that, the guidelines to where I've got a taxi to start the runway is now approached. So what I want to do, because I'm stuck here, we want to request pushback. So you go to ground services, request pushback.
Gatwick Ground Maverick 112 requesting pushback. Maverick 112 pushback request accepted.
So now you'll see the pushback vehicles now starting to approach. But just remember, you need to release your handbrake, the handbrakes, because I've done this where it's sort of trying to push it and it doesn't. So you want to press the D-pad, left on the D-pad to release your handbrake. That way the pushback can start pushing it back. Now you want to keep an eye on it, purely because as he pushes back, because you're doing it manually, you need to make sure that the pushback turns you in the right way, or make sure you're facing the right way. Now with a pushback, because it's pushing back, it's like a lorry. So if you want the plane to reverse down out to the right, you need to tell the pushback vehicle to request to steer to the left. So as the vehicle steers to the left, your plane will go out that way. in the correct way. So it's like opposite. So we'll wait a little bit, here. And then we want to request pushback steer to the left.
Ground Maverick 112 tree requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
Maverick 112.
Take into mind that you won't start until you've requested the full sentence, so take that time that they're actually speaking into account. So here I am. So I've got to get ready to request pushback to stop, so when I feel like I want to stop, I'm quite a perfectionist, so I might wait till he's perfectly straight. I will now request pushback to stop.
Gatwick Ground Maverick 112 tree requesting the end of pushback.
Maverick 112 tree request to end pushback received.
Now we're in place. Let's wait for that vehicle to move. Let's get back the camera angles. Now we'll take the control. Don't need to use the now you want to keep your ground speed to a minimum of 50, maximum of 15 knots. What I tend to do is, depends because there's variations on the level of the taxiway, I tend to put my thrust to about 36%. Oh, bang on. Ah. Generally, if it's taking a bit long, you can up it a bit more to get the power going, just to get it started. So we're now taxiing, although I don't think that's probably the correct way, because that's not a taxi, that's parking, so I don't know why it's telling me to go. See, there is, no, why is it doing that? See, look, if you look, there are some glitches with this automatic stuff. If you look, you've got it goes round, the guideline goes round, up, round and back down there when you could just go straight over there. So it is a bit dodgy sometimes. We haven't got too far to taxi, that's why I made sure we were close to the runway. So we're getting a bit of speed now, so we want to make sure that we don't go too fast.
Gatwick Ground Easy 8790 taxi to the gate. Easy 8790 taxi to gate 128 using taxiway Foxtrot Romeo cross runway 08 right Delta cross runway 26 right Romeo Juliet Papa November Alpha November Kilo Kilo Alpha Kilo.
See, there are some dodgy things, little graphical glitches like this building here.
Taxiing to gate 128 via taxiway Foxtrot Romeo cross runway 08 right Delta cross runway 26 right Romeo Juliet Papa November Alpha November Kilo Kilo Alpha Kilo Easy 8790.
Follow it round. I am actually going a bit too fast, but we're all good. Turn the speed down. Now what we will make sure is you are going to hear traffic chatter from other planes around the airport. So we're getting around there. So what we want to do now is we want to tune to tower, because we are ready to almost take off. There's obviously a bit of a slope here. So now we're on request takeoff clearance.
Gatwick Tower Maverick 112 tree ready at runway 26 left straight out departure.
Maverick 112 tree QNH tree 0.09er wind tree 22 at 12. Straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 26 left.
So we can acknowledge takeoff clearance, get the flaps
Cleared
down to
for takeoff,
halfway.
Runway 26 left Maverick 112 tree.
So we'll get the flaps out. Now on this particular runway, I'm not sure whether this is part of the runway because it seems like the runway actually starts further up. So what I tend to do is get onto this bit, just get a little bit of speed so we can move a bit quicker on here. And that is it guys, that is engine startup and taxiing to the runway using pushback and talking to the tower. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just pause that. Hope you enjoyed this video. My next video is going to be takeoff and getting yourself to cruising altitude and then engaging autopilot. So I hope you enjoyed this video guys. If you do like my content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and click that notification bell to make sure you are notified of when I upload a video. Also, please check out my review on this game, which is up on your screen right now. And love you all. Goodbye.